Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you know, I'm doing a lot of updates to the garage, and my next thing is I gotta do something about the sound system. So here's what's going on. Like many of you guys, I like to listen to music when I'm working on the cars, and I really have only two options. I got my Beats headphones and I have a Bluetooth speaker. But they both have their pros and cons. This one has excellent sound quality, but when I get sweaty, it starts sliding off my ear, so I have to constantly adjust it. And then this one here, it's battery life. Depending on the volume and depending on the music type that I'm listening to, I can get as low as 3.5 hours of battery life. Now I'm back to this one with this problem. So because I'm in the midst of doing all these upgrades to the garage, I might as well handle this now. And I wanted something affordable, but yet still gave me a proper sound stage to have in here. Nothing complicated. I don't want my neighbors 2 houses down to listen to my music. I just want me to be able to enjoy the music. So with that said, let me show you guys what I got. Oh, and by the way, this is not a sponsored video. I did buy these on Crutchfield. They were on sale. Alright guys, so this is what I picked up here. I got me a pair of Klipsch speakers. These are the CDT 2800 C2s. These are brand new, but they are an older model. And I think that's probably why Crutchfield has such a great price on them. This brand is just very good. I've heard them in other people's houses, and they just sound, the sound quality from them is incredible. And these bad boys actually have an 8-inch woofer, which is massive, and a 1-inch tweeter. What's really cool about these is that these run off of the amplifier. They do not require separate power, and they do or batteries, which was a big plus for me because I did not want to run additional power outlets just for speakers, and B, I didn't want to have to deal with charging batteries on them, which is the problem that I'm having with my Sony speaker that I use, right? So with that said, this made installation a whole lot more convenient for me. And then another big plus about these is that both the tweeter and the woofer are directional. So this is probably the most basic Yamaha receiver that I found, but for my uses, this will work excellently. It's a 2-channel amp, it puts out plenty of juice, and it takes Bluetooth. That way I don't have to worry about cables, I don't have to worry about anything. And just all I need this to do is pick up my phone's Bluetooth. That's it. Again, for the uses that I'm gonna be doing here in the garage, this is all I need. I didn't need to go overkill with it. All right, so with all that said, now comes the question, where am I going to put them in the ceiling? So for a while I was actually thinking about putting them halfway down the length of the garage, but then I realized that, wait a second, like in reality, maybe 80, almost 90% of the time that I'm in the garage, I spend it in the forward half of the garage. If I'm here and I have the hood up, the hood is going to be blocking the sound coming from this side, right? So it just makes sense to have the speakers where I am going to be most of the time, which is up here in the front of the garage. What I'm going to do is I actually have spaces to the left and the right of my attic door in which I don't have any flooring, so it's going to make installation very easy. So I'm going to put them right in front of this outlet for the light, right around here, and I'm going to put it right around, where am I? Right there for this side here. But with that said, before we start cutting holes, let's get these cars out of here so we don't get dust on them. Instructions, here we go, template. So this is what I need to go up there so that I know exactly how I'm gonna make my cutout. Here we go, the grill is actually magnetic, so it's pretty cool. And here's the money right here. Yeah, check that out. Let me show you guys how it pivots. You see this here and this here. These are the pivot points for the woofer, so you can actually, once you have it installed, you can just, so you get about 15 degrees of each way. And then of course the tweeter itself can be rotated however you want. This thing is massive. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, now that you guys know what it looks like, let me start cutting up the hole. All right, so now the hole is there. Let me go ahead and try to mock the speaker and see if I have any issues with clearance with that piece of plywood there. I forgot to mention, you guys, when you go install the speaker actually mounts with these little clamps. So what happens is that as you screw the Phillips 1, 2, 3, 4, what's gonna happen is that it's going to flip this and then as you keep turning it, it's going to bring it down, 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 and that will go ahead and clamp the sheetrock between the clamp and the under and this flange here. That's how it stays in place. I definitely don't want to drop this. Oh my God, yes. It fits. It fits. All right, cool. Oop. Oh no. My bit is all chewed up. Ah, this sucks. I have another one, but let me secure this a little better before I go and change it. Let's change that bit. And you don't have to go hard with it, obviously. You don't want to strip it, and you definitely don't want to break the sheetrock. So you just want enough pressure to make a solid contact. There we go. Haha. All right guys, the speakers are up in place. See them there and there. Now I need to see how I'm gonna run the wires down. Ideally what I would want is to actually bring them down in the wall and then have them come out down here wherever it is I'm gonna put the amplifier. I may be changing out this workbench in the future, and which means that amplifier is gonna be placed somewhere else. So I don't want to be married to this one position for it if that's going to change. So I need to make sure that the cable is flexible, which means I'm gonna have to run it on the outside. And I thought about maybe getting some white wall conduit to match the wall and just run it in the conduit, but then I can't do that either, not just yet at least, because pretty soon I'm going to be putting up some metal pegboard on this wall, and I want to be able to route it around the pegboard and not be behind it or get squished by the pegboard. So for now it's going to be a rough install of the wiring. The only thing is though that I do want to install it. I want the wires to go through the ceiling for now. I think I'll be able to poke a hole there with a screwdriver just to give me enough clearance to run my 2 pairs of wires to the speakers from there, and then just have them coming down here. It's gonna look ugly, to be honest, but I know it's a temporary thing because again, I may be changing out this workbench. I have to make sure that I keep it flexible for now until that happens. All right. That should give me the clearance that I need. I got some speaker wire. Let's go ahead and run it through. I'm really looking forward to this. Having good sound in. That's gonna be so cool. All right, so I got my bare wires. I'm gonna go ahead and crimp them into the terminals at the back of the speakers. And to keep things consistent, you have one that has no markings, and then the other one has the stripe. The stripe, we're gonna use that as our negative. So what I'll do now is I'm gonna go ahead and run it to the one speaker so I know my length. Then I'll go ahead and leave like an extra 2 feet down here, cut it, and then repeat for the other side. Actually, you guys haven't seen the back of the speakers yet, so let me take you with you. That's where I ran the cable through, and we have one speaker there, and let's do a full 360. There's the other, I'm sorry, 180. And there's the other speaker here. All right, so there we go. You have the back of the speaker. Obviously the black crimp is gonna be for the negative and the red is for the positive. So let me make that connection real quick. All right, so there you go, nice and easy. So now let's repeat this whole process for the other speaker. All right guys, we're making progress here. So speaker done, and the wires are connected and upstairs. So I have them separated so that I know which one is for which speaker. So now it's time for the amplifier. Let's open this up, and I'm gonna put this bad boy right in that spot on the workbench. Man, it is muggy here. You can tell there's a storm coming soon. Oh, you know you bought a good brand when it includes the batteries, huh? When you buy the cheap ones, they never include the batteries. Now that we're here, let's just go ahead and strip back the speaker cables. And remember, the one with the black stripe, that is negative. The one without any markings, that's the positive. This is for my left speaker, so here we go. So now we go ahead and repeat the process on the right speaker. All right guys, so it's a little weird setup. I brought out the MacBook and I'm gonna Bluetooth this into the receiver, and we're gonna use some royalty-free music from YouTube's audio library, so that way we don't get hit with any copyright stuff. And yeah, let's give it a shot. There it is, main on. All right, so it's pairing. So now we come in here. There it is. So immediately started playing. Okay, here we go. So this is Mission Dub. This is a reggae song. All right. Where's the volume on this thing? Here we go. Oh yeah. Let's try something else. I don't know how well the microphone is going to pick that up. Okay. Nice. All right. So now let's mess with it. I'm just trying different genres of music so I can kind of tune it in. I'll do final tuning with the music that I actually listen to. Obviously there's YouTube free music, but at least it'll put it in the right ballpark for me later. Oh, this is so good. Ooh, that's so clean. That is clean, okay. Let's try. Got some bass on this one. Oh!
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy.
Okay. Wow. All right, guys. Yeah, this sounds incredibly clean, very sharp, and the bass hits nicely. And yeah, I'm definitely impressed with this. So I just want to share with you guys my impressions of actually listening to music that I listen to. Yeah, I'm just going to play one of my random songs. I'm not going to play it. I'm going to mute it because I don't want to get hit with any copyright issues, but you'll see my reaction to it. I'll have you playing for now, but then as soon as the music starts to play, I'm gonna mute this bad boy. All right, here we go. All right, what do we want to play today? Do we want to go hip hop? Do we want to go reggae? You know what? Let's do the instrumental to back that ass up. How about that? Juvenile. Oh, that takes me back to high school, middle school. By the way, yes, I am testing hip hop because that's where the hardest bass is, at least among the music genres that I listen to. So I'm just testing out the bass, and then I'm gonna switch over to some AC/DC so I can really fine tune the mids and the highs. Obviously with as much as I can, because obviously this can only do bass and treble, but at least I'm giving it a realistic tune based on the music that I listen to, which is a wide range of music. Guys, I listen to hip hop, country, 80s rock, movie scores. I listen to merengue, salsa, reggaeton. I listen to all that stuff. It just totally depends on the mood that I'm in. So that's why I wanted some quality speakers that could really do kind of all of it. So I'm really happy with this so far, but let me try it with some Little John real quick. Okay, so from the bass standpoint, this is it. All right, guys, so obviously I can tell I'm pretty happy with how this all came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap this up. Obviously I can't do anything about the cables, and I have plenty of excess coiled up down here at the bottom. The last thing that's left is the grills to cover up the speakers. So let me do that real quick. And the cool thing about these is that they're magnetic. So at any point, if I need to take them off, they're extremely easy to come off. Let's take a peek. They got a little bit of cloth on the backside, so that way you actually don't see much of the speaker itself. I might just tilt the woofers so that they aim more towards the front rather than straight down. So besides that, everything else looks good. And to tilt them, it's easy. Just push on the opposite end and they will spin. There you go. And then the tweeter, I'm gonna kind of aim it more towards the middle and front. There you go. So that's it. Repeat on the other side and we're done.
Place there, and then you push the inside, front. There we go, perfect.
All right guys, so I hope you enjoyed this crazy project of mine. I'm definitely enjoying how they turned out. It's very clean sound, and I mean, that's exactly what I wanted. And that way I don't have to mess with the battery on my Bluetooth speaker or my beats falling out of my ear. And just overall, it's great quality sound, so I'm very happy with them. If you guys are interested in these products, I'll go ahead and put the links down in the description. Again, this is not a sponsored video, so I am not making any money by you going in there. It's just information I'm putting out to you guys in case you're interested to do the same thing in your garage. With that said, guys, thank you so much if you're still watching. I certainly do appreciate it. And there's more projects coming your way for the F10, the Jetta, and the garage. Thank you so much. See you next time. There you go. So connected it. Oh, hello. Stop.